Did you know that the Indian soldiers and not the British liberated Haifa? For over a century, history books got it wrong and the real heroes were Indian soldiers. Hello viewers, I am Kavya Khandelwal and you are watching The Edge. For decades, students in Israel's schools were taught that British forces freed the city of Haifa during World War I. But now, in a major historical correction, Israel has admitted the truth. It was Indian troops armed with spears, swords, and unshakable courage who stormed the Ottoman defenses and liberated Haifa in 1918. This isn't just about rewriting a textbook, it's about rewriting history itself. In this video, we'll uncover the forgotten story of one of the most daring cavalry charges in military history, led not by the British, but by Indian soldiers. Picture this. It's September 23, 1918. World War I is raging. The Ottoman Empire still controls large parts of the Middle East. And Haifa, a vital coastal city in present-day Israel, is under heavy Ottoman defense. Now, most people imagine British tanks and artillery rolling in to liberate the city. But that's not what happened. Instead, it was Indian cavalry regiments, men from Mysore, Hyderabad and Jodhpur who were sent into one of the most dangerous missions of the war. Armed not with modern weaponry but with lances and swords, these soldiers galloped across rocky terrain and uphill slopes of Mount Carmel. Under intense enemy fire, they charged straight into fortified positions. It was a mission that looked formidable. But what happened next would go down in history as one of the last great cavalry charges the world had ever seen. Yet, for over 100 years, this extraordinary story was almost erased. In Israeli schools, children were taught that the British liberated Haifa. Even the locals believed it until a historian knocked on the door of Haifa's mayor, Yonah Yahav, and showed him the real story. I grew up being told the British freed Haifa, the mayor said, but research showed it wasn't them, it was the Indians. This discovery triggered a major rethinking of how history is taught, and today textbooks across Haifa are finally being rewritten to give credit where it's due. Now let's talk about the real heroes, Indian cavalry. The 15th Imperial Service Cavalry Brigade, made up of the Mysore Lancers, Hyderabad Lancers and Jodhpur Lancers, led the charge. They faced Ottoman soldiers armed with machine guns and artillery, and yet, against all odds, they overran the defenses. The battle was so intense that British war records later described it as almost the only occasion when a fortified town was captured by cavalry on the gallop. The cost was heavy. The Jodhpur Lancers lost 8 men and 34 were wounded. But their bravery paid off. They captured over 700 prisoners, 17 field guns and 11 machine guns. Heroes who never made headlines. Many of these men were later honored for their courage. Major Dalpat Singh, famously called the hero of Haifa, received the military cross. Then comes Captain Aman Singh Bahadur and Dafadar Jor Singh, who were awarded the Indian Order of Merit. Then Captain Anup Singh and Second Lieutenant Sagat Singh received the military cross too. Yet, for decades, their names were missing from mainstream history, even though more than 74,000 Indian troops died in World War I, including over 4,000 in West Asia alone. Then let's talk about the legacy lives on. Haifa hasn't forgotten them anymore. Every year on September 23rd, the Indian Army commemorates Haifa Day to honor the Mysore, Hyderabad and Jodhpur Lancers. There's even an Indian soldiers' cemetery in Haifa, where city officials, Indian diplomats and Israeli citizens gather every year to pay tribute. Monuments to Indian soldiers not just stand in Haifa, but also in Jerusalem and Ramleh. And about 900 Indian soldiers are buried across Israel. The historical correction has even made its way into education. Students in Haifa now learn about India's role from class 3 to 5. And the Haifa Historical Society conducts sessions in schools to share the true story. And here's the part Most people don't know this battle wasn't just a military victory, it was one of the last classical cavalry charges in world history, taking place just as warfare was becoming machinized. Despite being outgunned and outnumbered, Indian soldiers changed the course of the war in the region and helped defeat the Ottoman Empire's control in Middle East. Today, this story isn't just about the past, it's a reminder that Indian soldiers, often fighting thousands of miles from home, shaped world history in ways that are still being rediscovered. Haifa's decision to rewrite the textbooks is more than a symbolic gesture. It's an overdue recognition of bravery that went unacknowledged for generations. From renaming New Delhi's Teen Murti Chowk to Teen Murti Haifa Chowk, to commemorative stamps and memorial ceremonies, the world is slowly waking up to the truth. India played a heroic role in shaping the modern Middle East. These were not faceless soldiers, they were men who fought with courage, sacrifice, and honor. And their legacy deserves to be remembered by every generation. Should India do more to highlight such forgotten chapters of our history? Comment your thoughts below and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow The Edge.